Hello guys, this is Gleam the Tri-Tailed Arctic Fox. Today I am going to be talking about Tanukit in general. Now, I made this specific deck to show off every single point of the Tanukit archetype. It's possibly, in my opinion, going to be considered the new tour guide of the deck. Tour guide, you know, that card that when it came out everybody's like, oh my god, I must get 3 and put it in every single deck. Well, technically, this is basically the same thing. You can take 3 of each of these cards, throw them in any deck, and then you can abuse the crap out of all its access stuff. Like, you could set Raikos, you can special summon Wind Up Kitten. You pretty much have destruction at the palm of your hands. It's just like, boom, I play this card, and now you can't play cards without your stuff getting blown up or bounced. It takes Tour Guide and extends it to the point where not only do you get a rank 2, but you also get to blow something up. The card is just really broken from my perspective. I know at first it just seems like, oh, it's a level 2 that summons another level 2. It's only good for rank 2 summons. Well, sure, that's normally the case if the rank 2s weren't broken as crap now. I mean, you got rank 2s like Gachi Gachi that started the game off. Gachi Gachi was just so amazing. It can't be destroyed unless you kill it 3 times, and it gives power boost to everything. Gachi Gachi is a great rank 2. And then Dark Mist, which is just broken. Oh, you can't attack me, I can attack you, and I get attack equal to what your monster's attack had, and permanently Night I add. So yeah, Dark Mist, it's a great card. Of course, the new number 64, Sandiyu the Ventunuki, which is just really, really amazing. It's an instant copycat, summons another monster, well, token really, that has the highest attack on the board. So, combined with power-up cards, this can easily become really annoying. The Tanukis can go into this card almost simultaneously with the first turn. You get a wall, and it's just destructive. So you get to blow up a card with Raiko / bounce one with Wind Up Kitten, go into an XYZ that lets you summon a token that has the highest attack on the field and is invincible to battle because, you know, I have a beast monster. And at the same time, you lost no resources doing it, and you thinned your deck. This is Tour Guide on steroids. It's bad. Anyways, I'll follow up with the rest of this deck now. Now that I've said what I said about Tanuki versus Tour Guide. Now we have the fact that it can be splashed with Ojamas, which is the first deck that everybody tried in the entire game. Ojamas, of course, are also accessible with Rescue Rabbit and Box of Friends, both of which are great cards to use to special summon Ojamas, because you just get instant rank 2 exceeds, which goes back to Sendu the Ventunuki. Oh, forget it. You know what I mean. Goes into that and or Gachi Gachi, which gives you an instant power boost and field advantage right away. And next turn, of course, you can go into other plays with like Junk Synchron per se. So yeah, it gives you access to Ojama Green and Ojama Yellow just by playing Rescue Rabbit, Box of Friends, Tanukis. They all search these cards out and let you go into an instant rank 2's XYZ. It's stupid. I mean, if you don't want to summon Raiko and stuff, that is. I mean, if you want to summon Raiko and Wind Up Kitten, sure. Ojamas are nothing compared to Wind Up Kitten and Raiko. I'll give you that. But Ojamas are a lot more searchable, and they're just as utility, I guess, in fact that you can summon more than one of them every single time you want to summon them. Then we're moving on to Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron is amazing in Tanukits. Junk Synchron can target both of these things. They're both level 2 and they're both beast monsters. So Junk Synchron can rip them out of the graveyard and then go into something like Junk Warrior. And if you already have a token from Ventunuki, you're going to get the attack boost from that token on the Junk Warrior, and then you can summon another token with the attack that Junk Warrior has. What? That's like ridiculous. It's like, why would you... Why? Junk Warrior is already going to get a massive boost because the Tanuki token already had the attack of the highest monster on the field. And now Junk Warrior is going to get that boost, putting it at least 3,000 every time. Or putting it at least 33, rather, because it's going to at least have 1,000 because of this. And then you get to summon another token with the same attack as the Junk Warrior just got boosted. That's ridiculous. I mean, that instantly leads into like an OTK if you wanted to. That's crazy. Why? And then you got other options like Frozen Fitzgerald. It only takes a Dark Tuner, which Junk Synchron is, and a Beast Monster, which the Tanukits are. This card, you can't activate nothing to its attack, and when it dies in battle and it's the only card in the field, you can discard a card and bring it back. What's not to like about that? And look how that artwork. It's freaking awesome. This card. Why? Continuing on. Yes, Box of Friends is, of course, a card. It lets you summon so many things that have 0 attack or 0 defense that happen to be normal. In this case, the Ojamas were the key. But I do have 2 Galaxy Serpents in here, which are the new tuner out of Judgment of Light. And, quite frankly, it can also be used for Synchro Summons, which is great. I mean, summon two monsters with a Synchro Summon, and, well, I mean, they can't be used in Synchro materials, but, I mean, just sending them out there and going into the Gachi Gachi. You can do that too. Gachi Gachi plus Galaxy Serpent. Or if you just draw the Galaxy Serpent, you can of course play it with any of the other monsters in this deck and go into Armory Arm or Blood like the Fighter of Darkness. No. And if you have 3 levels 2s on the field, you can go into stuff like Iron Chain Dragon. Why? The card's so versatile. It's like, why? Why? Continuing on, I'm also going to show you that Fabled Cerberus. Great card. It can go into, of course, with any of the other beast monsters in my deck that are level 2, all known as, the Tanukits, like Tan, which can special summon Fabled Cerberus, or Ponpoku, which can also, but you don't want to, really. And then go into the Fabled Unicorn. And once you have the Fabled Unicorn on the field, as long as you have the same cards in your hand as your opponent, they can't activate anything. Which lets you go into your other plays, such as Sendu the Ventuduki, and summon the tokens that are equal to his attack and continue beating your opponent down. That's ridiculous. What? My opponent can now not play cards because I summoned a monster? Yeah. That's a thing. Added to that, I have 1-for-1 here, which lets me summon Box of Friends, of course, which lets me search out any of these things. And then we have Heavy Storm, of course. That doesn't really need to be in the deck, but I put it in there anyways, just because back row blow up is fun. Card Destruction, to get rid of all the useless normal monsters you might have drawn, and or extra Rescue Rabbits you don't need anymore, / Box of Friends. Dark World Dealings, same deal, just beat through my deck a bit, dump level 2s to the graveyard for Junk Synchron, dump normal monsters you don't need, dump worthless Box of Friends, dump Rescue Rabbits. The cards you don't need anymore, just dump them with Dark World Dealings. That's the point. Monster Reborn, obvious. DDRs, these are used with Rescue Rabbit to spam another card the next turn if you banish Rescue Rabbit for something and then summon 2 tokens. If you want to do it next turn again, sure, get another XYZ out. You can go easy into that, thin your deck a lot. Or you can summon Rescue Rabbit off of DDR, summon another Rescue Rabbit, and then use him as Synchro or XYZ material for Princess Cologne, which of course summons Box of Friends and becomes invincible as long as you have another monster. So that's also a play. Which also Box of Colognes could be used with, or Box of Cologne. No, Princess Cologne could also be used in correspondence with all the level 4 Synchro monsters, if you wanted to use them as materials, but I wouldn't suggest that, because the Synchros are normally better than that. So there's that. Next we have Threatening Roars, a staple in all Tanuki decks, as you can summon Tanukit Ponpoku, and set this afterwards, and then play Threatening Roar on your opponent's turn, and now you have 3 materials to use for XYZs the next turn, which is either Dark Mist, or you can open up some serious plays by going into 2 XYZs next turn with, like, Gachi Gachi and Ventukanuki, or 2 Ventukanukis and just have 4,000 beater on the field. It's like, yeah, Threatening Roar makes the deck so much, just opens up so many plays. The card is really, really good. People don't use this, I don't know why. It's good. Then we got Mirror Force, basic staple, blows things up. My Tanukis are rather weak, so yeah. Starlight Roads, protecting my monsters from cards like Torrential Tribute, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm is a must. These cards are so very fragile because of how low their attacks are. The moment you get something big on the field, you want to protect it. That is the goal. You could also use Forbidden Lance, but I don't like lowering my monster's attack stats. It's not me. And of course, Compulse. Nothing more trolly than bouncing cards back to your hand. You could use it in correspondence with the Fabled Unicorn as well, so that you can increase the hand size of either player and make its effect go into action. It is great. Compulse is utility beyond belief in this deck. And let's talk about... I think I actually covered the entire deck. All in all, this deck is really... Tanukits. Tanukits are just really, really good. Tanukits. They summon monsters, they kill things, they spam XYZs, they are used as utility, they can be splashed in pretty much anything. Tanukits. And they're adorable. That's something Torguide never had. Is Torguide adorable? No. Tanukits are adorable. So, to all the people who, yeah. So, the last thing about Tanukits is that they can be used in any playstyle. You can play heavy aggro Tanukits, you can play defensive Tanukits, you can play control Tanukits, OTK Tanukits. You can play any Tanukit deck style they want. It splashes into so many different ways because it has so much utility. This is so much better than Torguide ever wished she was. It's ridiculous. Well, that's what I think about Tanukits anyways. So, any other opinions? If you want to comment, be my guest. I would love to know what people's opinions on the idea of what I said here is, and everything else about Tanukits, and just want to start a Tanukit fan club, be my guest. That is all. This has been DigiPal3, aka Gleam Tri-Tailed Arctic Fox, and have a nice day.